a 4-part video series about ride shocks and ride quality and a little background on the development process that we went through that led to the final creation of ride shocks as you see them today. In order to set ride shocks apart from industry standard, we spend a lot of time testing and revising the components that make up the shocks and how the oil flows through them. And so in order to explain what we've done differently, I'm going to give you a brief overview of how a shock works. As the shaft compresses here, it displaces some oil inside of the shock. And so some amount of oil flows through the hose into the reservoir here, and then some amount of oil passes through the upper chamber here, through the piston into the lower part of the shock. That interaction of oil flow is kind of at the heart of the shock of what makes it tunable and what makes it ride comfortably on road or not. And so the interaction of the oil flowing and kind of those three main parts, we spent a lot of effort making sure that our shocks are going to ride better than what you can find on the marketplace. During the development of ride shocks, designing for ultimate ride quality, there were kind of three parts that we focused on. The first one was the shock absorber piston. That's kind of the heart of it, that meters the main amount of oil. The second part was the adjuster and making sure that the adjuster functioned in a linear manner and also flowed an adequate amount of oil so it didn't hydrolock. And then finally was the hose size, which again had to flow an adequate amount of oil and not cause additional restriction. And so those are the kind of the topics for the next 3 videos. Hopefully you'll follow along. Let's see how much fun we can have with properly tuned ride shocks.